Hola a todos y bienvenido a
Hello,
este
everyone. Welcome to the Pranic World Festival. This is the second day. We are here under the sun enjoying,
con mucho gusto voy a introducir
and it's our pleasure to introduce you,
desde España.
Jasmin
Hola Jasmin.
from Spain. Hello, Jasmin. Hello, everyone. I'm Jasmin Herrera.
Qué bien verte otra vez
So
y
nice
muy
to
feliz
see you
de
again.
escuchar a lo que
I'm
quieres
so
compartir
curious
con nosotros
to hear what you have to share with
con
us.
amor y libertad,
You
con
can
muchísimo
share with
amor.
us what you want to,
Y después vamos
and
a
then we are
compartir
going to have
nuestras
some question.
experiencias. Gracias por estar.
Thank you very much for being here. Well, this message this year is going to be the capacity to be free enough, and we never have to leave this capacity. And this life here is sometimes a little bit challenging with with the people around, and there's a lot of people we're learning to be better each time, and we need to recognize that part, and we need to give that time to them to be better with themselves and with others. We need to be very patient with ourselves and with others. Why? Because sometimes we want to have a flower and we want to take care of it. We need to put the seed, and that flower or that big tree, it has its patience, and then it's going to be straight, to be aroused. With this spirituality, we have the same. We need to be patient with ourselves and with others. It's the beginning of freedom for ourselves and for everyone. It's the beginning of the self love and love to others. When we start this path, we need to understand where we are, and we need to breathe as we are walking, relaxing ourselves, and having fun on the way. It's very important that the spiritual way is not as it used to be. People used to suffer a lot. People used to be by themselves during decades and years to recover their integrity and to remember who they are. But nowadays, in this in this time, the five-dimension energy that is vibrating right now on Earth, it's helping us to live this path and this way, this transcendence way, with the joy of being enjoying life and sharing with others. There's people who likes a lot beach and likes to be relaxed, and other people like more mountains and other kind of fun. People like to enjoy a book or enjoy with their family, and this is important to know about. While we are reconnecting with ourselves, we need to be patient, and spiritual growth needs to be with joy of life, joy of being living this life. When we need to work in ourselves, there are many things that can be very striking for us, and we need to work in this unconsciously or consciously. And at some point could be a time where we feel overwhelmed as we can't continue, and it's very important to use these tools to enjoy life, listening to music, music, dance, laugh, mainly laughing at everything. So we all together can rise the vibration of the earth. Because when we work on the spiritual levels, there is a part of ourselves that is trying to disattach from earth, and that's not possible. We need to be a being, a divine being, but a human being as well. This human part needs to be with us, so our beliefs and our judgments are not in a high expectation of how this should be or not should be. If we combine life with the spiritual growth, it's going to be easier to to integrate our human and divine sides. If not, we're going to be in a work, in a new job of going back and coming back where you are now. So the divine thing is more important and the earthly things are something secondary. But it's important to integrate all this. Why shall we wait till the end of the way when we can enjoy all the way around? We can be happy in this spiritual growth. So pranic people used to be in the past people who went away to the mountains or being like very far from society, and they will dedicate the whole time to themselves. But nowadays we are parents, we have a family, we need to be with society. We think maybe pranic people is just fasting, people who fast, and that's not true. So we are not people who just fast, and we can do something that in the past, will go far away from society. There are people who go away from the world, and that's true, that could happen. And there are many things in nature that's also true. So there's not a pattern of how something should be and or not should be. The most important thing when we finish this way, the natural way and the balanced way of doing this is to be one with everything. We don't eliminate food because we want. This happens because a bigger nature is activating inside of ourselves. There are some periods, there are some 21-day processes as we do it here in Spain. There are many people who writes me and they think this is a fasting, and of course could be a fasting, but pranic living has nothing to do with this. The pranic masters, we will connect other people to the pranic channel, and that will make that person be able to feed of prana. In a fasting is something very different. Fasting is a person who is just cleaning its body, and that's it, but you're not receiving all the vitamins and things you need from prana. That's the main difference. So if we understand spirituality is paramount, we also understand that to feed off prana, it's very important our spiritual connection 100%. Since the chakras, the past lives, and the family tree, we need to get rid of everything that is too heavy for us. We need to get rid of all patterns, limiting thought patterns, so we can come to unity all together. It's very important to realize this difference. There are many people who wants to be pranic, and actually their purpose here in earth is not that. There are many pranic masters who will teach people to live of prana, but is this is not to think this is a new fad. This is something that is going to help you to be free, and you need to have your medical background to check that everything is all right. So there's a lot of responsibility with this, but also it's important to know that this is possible. Possibilities, as you know, are infinite, and in those possibilities, it exists this one, the pranic one. Each person reach a stage on their lives that the body is not going to be good with a certain kind of feeding. So the important thing is to respect the body. It's also very important to know that when you are feeding of prana, you're not leaving your body aside. You're not ignoring your body, nor ignoring the physical senses, but actually you're taking care of your body. You're really concerned on having your body very healthy. So that's why it's very important to check every year your blood test. When people is in on the 21-day process, they connect with themselves and they have the capacity to choose if they want to go back eating or not eating or eat once in a while. This doesn't mean that they are not going to be pranic when they feed off physical matter, because the pranic practice they already have it. But what is true is that as the time goes by, people who choose go back eating, they feel they are so much better without eating. So if they been a couple of months like not eating, they can diminish their intake and to see if they are okay with this. And it's very important not to see the final result, not to see this from the mind. I want to be pranic, and as I want to be pranic, if time to time I have something that is not aligned with what I think what should be,
Entonces se creen que se han fallado a sí mismos.
then they will believe they fail to themselves, and that has nothing to do with reality. It's part of our growing.
Y ya, era su último salto cuántico. Y hay
It is
personas
like a
que
quantum leap.
siguen comiendo de vez en cuando y
There's
están
people
bien,
who keep
necesitan.
eating time to time, and their emotional side needs that.
Entonces, yo llevo muchos años sin comer, mi cuerpo
So
físico no me
I've
resiste, no
been
estoy muy acostumbrada,
living many years
ni
without eating.
chocolates, ni cremas, ni
Uh,
nada, me da igual, mi
my
cuerpo
physical
y a mí me gusta
body
vivir así.
doesn't receive anything, not juices, not creams for the body.
Porque mi
I'm kind of allergic to that,
cuerpo físico.
and those things are not good for my physical body anymore. And that's
Es lo
it.
mismo que cuando una persona pues no le gusta
It's the
o no le
same
sienta
like,
bien el
for
gluten
example, somebody is allergic to gluten
o algo diferente, tiene que
or
escuchar a su
something
cuerpo
different,
y
needs
respetarlo.
to listen to their bodies and respect that decision.
Es fácil de entender, es fácil
It's
si no
easy to
estamos
understand.
con la mente en búsqueda de respuestas que no
It's
nos van a ayudar,
easy
sino que
when we don't go with our mind looking for
vamos a
answers.
provocar más confusión.
Because if not, we are going to have so much confusion.
Entonces, para las personas que quieren empezar a cambiar de alimentación,
So, for people who want to
yo
start changing their
recomiendo
diet
algo más sano.
and
Empiezo
start like
recomiendo
a healthy diet, for
una dieta
example,
alcalina.
I always recommend an
Una dieta
alkaline
alcalina lleva
alimentation.
la fruta
That's
que
for the
necesitamos
new era.
por su estado de
People
conciencia
who
y
still need eating for their consciousness
tienen que
state,
tener alimentos alcalinos.
they should be eating
Por
alkaline
ejemplo, un
diet.
alimento alcalino
When we
que le
have
sienta bien a esa persona,
an
un
alkaline
alimento alcalino
food that is not fitting this
siempre
body, and the body is going to manifest
que le
this
siente también a
and
tu
is going
cuerpo
to send
físico,
messages
sea
through the body,
una fruta o un
even
alimento alcalino.
though
Si su
a
cuerpo
fruit
no le sienta
or
bien,
alkaline food is not good for them, the best thing to do is to stop with
si
that.
su cuerpo no le sienta bien,
Even though it's
no se siente
alkaline,
por lo
you
menos
should stop
ya
because your body is
realmente,
sending you some messages about it.
mira
So don't
que
continue
en
with this.
Google hay muchas tablas de los
Look for
diferentes
the information
alimentos
in Google and you will
alcalinos
realize there are
y
many.
también hay los diferentes alimentos que tienen esa proteína, esos minerales, esos
You will
minerales
find all the
para
information there about the alkaline food,
cambiar a otra fruta que tenga lo mismo contenido,
and you can change one fruit to another
pero sí
if
que
one of
sea
these fruits is not fitting
entonces
your state
ese
right now.
progreso hacia uno mismo.
You need to respect
Y eso
yourself.
nos lleva a respetar a los demás y respetarte a
When
uno
we
mismo.
respect ourselves, we can respect others as
Esto es
well.
fundamental porque esto
This is
es
paramount
el cuerpo
because
sintiendo amor.
this is going to fill the body
Es
with
como lo
love.
escuchas.
You are listening to it. It's like a child listening to a child.
Mi mamá y mi papá
It's like
no
if my
me podían
parents
dar lo que yo necesitaba o
couldn't give me
simplemente
what I needed.
no sabían amarme como yo quise.
They didn't know how to love me how I wanted. Right now, I'm going to start loving
Ahora
myself
me lo merezco.
as I deserve,
Realmente estoy desde este momento
as I really
como estoy.
am
Porque
right now, right
si tú
here.
te amas, tu cuerpo se siente amado,
Because
tu
if your
cuerpo
body feels
físico,
love,
tu cuerpo emocional y tu cuerpo mental
all your body's physical, emotional, and mental body,
de vibración.
you're going to raise your
Porque
vibration.
ese cuerpo de
Because
la personalidad
all these bodies,
que pertenece a la tierra necesita que el espíritu se manifieste en este cuerpo
they
físico.
belong to earth and they
Y
need
para
the
ello
spiritual to
necesitan
manifest in this plane.
mucho amor.
And for that
La
to
ciencia
be right,
siempre
we need
nos ha
to
demostrado
give these
que
bodies a lot of
transmitir
love.
amor a tus hijos
Scientifically,
es
it's
una botella de
proven
agua.
that if you transmit your
Transmites
love to the water, for
y
example,
esas moléculas se
the
transfieren
molecules are going to
entre
transform.
ellas. Hay muchas personas que ya lo saben
So there are many people who
y
know
que
this
trabajan a nivel mental
and they
en
work on a
hacer
mental
eso.
level on this.
Pero lo que no se les puede olvidar es la
But
acción.
what they can't forget is the
Nosotros
intention.
estamos en una tierra y
We are
nuestra tierra
on
y,
earth
y nuestro plano es un plano
and
físico,
this plane is
es un
physical.
plano de manifestación.
It's a
Entonces
manifesting
tenemos la
plane
capacidad para gobernar
where
nuestra
the
mente
mind has the capacity
con
of
pensamientos positivos
leading this physical
y
side,
combinar los pensamientos
but
positivos con las
it's better
afirmaciones.
to
O sea, tú te
mix
quedas solamente en un
the
pensamiento
good thoughts
tarda
with good
mucho en
actions.
manifestarse.
If you keep just on good thoughts, it's going to have a delay to manifesting here. But for example, if
Si
we
mandamos
pick
pensamientos
this
de amor,
water, this glass of water, and we send some
tiene una
thoughts,
energía muy
and we,
densa,
for example, put
como
this beside
electromagnética.
um,
Entonces,
something not so good as electromagnetic
los pensamientos
waves.
positivos
So you can be
van
sending
a
very good thoughts, but at the
hacer
same time is
una acción
exposed
que la va a perjudicar.
into something that is going to
Tenemos que
be
cambiar
damaging
la
this water.
manifestación.
So
Y
that's
para
why
trabajar
here on
internamente,
earth we have manifestation. We have to work on this.
trabajar internamente, pero a la vez
Working inside,
estar muy conscientes de manifestarlo.
but also being conscious about manifesting this on the
¿Qué
outside.
pasa cuando tenemos una idea?
What happens when we have an idea?
Cuando tenemos una idea,
When we
si
have
no
an
la llevamos
idea,
a la práctica,
if we don't put it on practice,
no se manifiesta.
it's not going to manifest.
Entonces tienes que
Okay?
pensar,
So that's very important
¿quieres ser
to be
pránico?
conscious.
¿Quieres cambiar tu
Do you
alimentación?
want to be pranic or do you want to
¿Quieres
change
ayudarla? Porque
your
quieres estar
diet?
siempre con
Do
ella.
you want to live meat, for
Quieres
example, because your
dejar
body can deal with it?
tu
Do you
juventud
want to be healthier? Do you want to
para
be feel
ser feliz
younger?
y llevar a cabo tu propósito en la vida.
Do you want to make your purpose being true in your life?
Esas,
Meditate on it.
esas cosas que tienes que hacer
Analyze
diario,
this, what you want to change, and do it.
no puedes estar esperando el resto de tu vida
Do it because you can't
a
be
que se
waiting the whole
manifieste
life
y no llevar
with
paso a paso
trying to create with the mind but not
la acción.
acting
No se puede hacer
towards
de manera
this.
tan rápida. Hay que
This
aprender
action can be so
a
fast
crear
also.
eso
We need to
que
first
lleve
think
más
and
densidad,
create with the thought
¿sí?
and go slower with our actions.
De tu vida. ¿Y cómo se
In an
produce eso?
action that we start flowing
Cuando
on
uno está
it.
conectado, cuando uno está
When we
relajado, cuando
flow,
tu pensamiento
it's because we are
está en
relaxed,
silencio y cuando tu
because we are in
mente
silence, because inside,
cuando tú por dentro
when
sientes
we are
que necesitas
inside,
esa casa,
feeling that we need to do something,
con tu capacidad
you can
mental, con tu
flow with your
capacidad
mental
física,
capacity, your
vas
emotional capacity, and your physical
no
capacity.
es solamente con una parte
You're not just going to flow with
acciones e ideas.
an inner good intention.
Sabemos que
We
las
know
acciones
that actions,
paso a paso son
step
mucho
by
mejor
step,
para
are
nosotros
better
darnos
for
cuenta
ourselves
si estamos en el camino
and to
correcto
realize if we are in the right path or not.
incluso hay veces que podamos sentir
Also, there are many times that we can feel
una intuición
an
que nos
intuition
diga un resultado
that then it has like a bad result.
Lo haces y dices, guau, ¿por qué lo he hecho? Es erróneo.
And then you do something and you
Te das
wonder,
cuenta
why did I
y
do
vuelves a
this?
tener esa acción.
But then later you realize
Mentalmente
that action was
aprendizaje.
very important for a
Para un
good
aprendizaje
learning
que
for
te
your
va a
life.
formar como ser.
A lesson that was going to fill you
Entonces,
on your
no
inner
podemos tener
being.
miedo a
So
intuir.
we can't be afraid
Tenemos que
of
practicar
intuition. We need to practice
y saber qué hacer ese
intuition
día no se gana en
and
un
to know
día
that
ni en un mes.
do it or not
Para
doing
personas,
something
para personas
sometimes it's not going to
que
be
su crecimiento
the
es inmediato
best.
y lo que ya trae energéticamente de
And there are
otras
many
vidas
people who already
es
have
inmediato.
many lessons and knowledge from other lives, and it's going to be easier for
Pero
them.
tenemos que
But
tener mucha paciencia
we need to be
para recordar
patient enough
quiénes somos en
to
realidad.
remember who we are truly.
No importa cuánto
It
tiempo
doesn't matter how
dediquemos
much time
a ser
you
nosotros
put
mismos,
on being
lo
yourself,
vale.
you put on
Recordemos
being,
quiénes
on
somos en
remembering
esencia.
why you came
Vale
here.
mucho la pena,
Because all
muchísimo.
this,
La
it's
calidad
very
de vida
important and it really
que
matters.
tenemos es preciosa.
The quality of life that we are living,
Pero no
it's
podemos,
beautiful.
en este
But we
caso,
can't put so many objectives.
ni se puede decir, tal día voy a hacer esto, mi crecimiento espiritual
It's not
va a ser
possible to say
así.
someday I'm going to be in this
Como los flores
part of the path
y
on my
demás.
spiritual growth. It's going to be as nature. Some day it's going to be sunny, some day it's going to be
Tenemos que
rainy,
estar sembrando en
but we
nosotros
can be
un estado de conciencia superior,
nourishing
digamos, de saber de
a
qué venimos
higher consciousness in
y
ourselves,
dará sus frutos.
and all this is going to
Paz,
give its
amor,
fruits:
libertad y florecimiento.
love,
Es el
freedom,
mensaje, ¿no?
joy,
Así
and
que,
growth.
bueno, ya sabéis
That's the message.
que podéis contar conmigo para vuestro crecimiento espiritual.
So, you can count on
No
me for
hesitéis
your spiritual growth
en
and for
expresar
everything you need. And there are many
tenemos
people,
muchos libros
many
escritos,
books,
muchas herramientas.
many tools, and different
El
teachers.
yoga, la
We have
meditación,
yoga, we have meditation.
cada uno tiene su herramienta.
Each one has its tool.
Cada uno necesita
Each one
un
has
maestro en concreto.
a different teacher.
Y uno no lo elige, uno lo
And we don't
siente.
choose this. We feel
Entonces,
this.
os
What is
animo
and who is.
a que podáis buscar
So I encourage
vuestras
you to
herramientas,
look for your own
vuestro
tools
pránico si queréis
and your
hacerlo,
own pranic teachers,
pero nunca lo hagáis solos.
but never do it by
Es
yourself
necesario.
because you're going to enter on a
Vuestro
fasting,
cuerpo
and that
está
could
preparado para
be
llevar todos estos
that
cambios.
could damage your body if you're not ready to go through all these
Y
changes.
seguridad, ¿no? La seguridad de
And
estar acompañados,
be
la
secure.
seguridad
Uh,
de poder saber que
you can
realmente
you can
estáis
count
haciendo
on
vuestra
your
tarea y
different
aunque parezca
teachers
como que no,
and be
estoy segura de que
quiet because you're doing what you need to do and you need to trust and be happy. That's
así
very
que
important.
con eso, más también el hecho de amar a tus seres queridos,
So it's
respetarlos,
important
admirarlos.
also to love
Hay mucha
your
gente que
the
no
beings that are around you and respect them.
la personalidad de los demás.
Many people can't see personality of
Personas
others.
que no, que
For
tienen
instance, there is a person
esto
that you have in front of you
es el ser
and you can see
que es.
in
¡Wow!
his eyes
Impresionante.
and you can discover the amazing being this person is.
En tu día a día con esa
But
persona, esa
later, with
personalidad
this person daily,
no es tan divina.
you see that this personality is not so divine.
Ahí tienes que quitar la visión de
So
la
then
persona. O sea,
you
una
need to
persona
take out the vision of the
muy
being
divina
because we see the other being to recognize it, but when you go inside of yourself
esta parte humana también.
and you start knowing this human part also,
Es que
many people
sí,
tell me,
tú la ves y es buena
I'm
persona,
so good, I'm a good person.
pero luego se relaciona con personas o familiares
But
incluso
then they have relationships with others, and these other people
no la
don't
aceptan
love this person or don't
y va cambiando
appreciate it.
de esa visión de estoy
And
viendo
they
algo que
go
sí,
through
eso
life
está bonito,
with
pero
this
dentro de
vision.
ti mismo
I'm seeing every
quieres
being
que la otra
around,
persona
but the self love
esté
and the
manifestando
self
su ser aquí en
respect
esta tierra,
that other people
pues
are not
yo
manifesting in this
personalmente
earth.
aconsejo a las personas que sufren conociendo a otras
So
personas
I advise people who suffer
saber
with
que
other
esas
people and
personas
they just see the
tienen
divine
personas ahí
being
que vean toda la
and they
riqueza
can't
que
see
ese
anything
ser
else.
pueda dar,
It's important
sí,
to
que es
see
tan bueno.
everything this
Eso
person
es
have
algo
to offer,
presentes que es muy
the good
importante.
and the bad. And if we want to
Muchos
be
años
coherent,
tantas
this
personas
is
y diferentes
paramount
matices
to go
de
through.
experiencias de vida, pues unas
There are
serán buenas,
many different people and with different
otras no,
experiences, and some of them
para
are
nada.
going to be good with a very kind human side,
Y hay otras
and there are
que
other
no tienen
people
esa parte humana
who haven't developed this
y la puedes
human
ver
side,
porque
but
estás
you can't see it because
viendo
you're
eso
just
y
being their being.
también es una equivocación.
You're just seeing their being.
Porque si tenemos que ser
And
coherentes,
that's also a problem because if we
esta
want to be
rosa,
coherent, we can see something.
pero esta rosa también tiene unos tallos y
We
esos
can see
tallos
this
tienen unas
rose, for
espinas.
example, but this rose has its thorns
Entonces,
also.
podemos ser con los seres humanos igual.
So
Podemos ver
we need to know everyone
las
in
personas
their different
y seres
aspects,
divinos como una rosa
and we can realize everyone is a divine being
también
as a
tienen una
rose,
corona.
but also
Por
have
lo tanto, veo al ser de
some
la otra persona
thorns.
y me invito a conocer su personalidad
And we can invite ourselves to
y a conocer
see this being, but
o sea,
also see this
darme
complex
cuenta de posibilidades.
human part
Entonces,
and this
si
part
yo
of
soy
infinite
coherente
possibilities.
a esa persona, yo voy a
So,
dar más
in
de
this
mí.
event of knowing another person,
Si esa persona es la que puede caminar
I
conmigo,
will be aware if this person can walk with me
como
as a friend,
porque ellas tienen su personalidad.
as a family
Si no
member,
es así, si me va a lastimar,
and
me va a hacer
if this
daño,
person is going to
yo
hurt
me quedo
me,
con la imagen de su ser inmenso
I
que
just
es
keep this image
y
of
respeto su
his
personalidad.
wonderful being,
Adiós.
but I respect their personality and I can say goodbye or see you later. It's very important people realizing this.
Cuando nosotros hablamos de espiritualidad con otras personas,
When we talk about
no
spirituality with other
yo ni me
people,
bromeo, pero cuando hay personas que están empezando con la espiritualidad,
when there is people who is starting with spirituality,
conversar en el medio,
they want to
compartir su
talk to
experiencia,
others about it,
quiere comentarle a las otras personas, ven el ser de la otra persona porque lo están viendo desde los ojos, que les está comprendiendo, pero
and
saben
people they can see others are understanding, but their minds not really getting all this knowledge.
entonces, si su
So,
mente no está comprendiendo
if their minds are not understanding
arriba,
some
puede
phrases,
que esto
they are going to become
esto
kind of
no
aggressive because this is inside a
la ley
law.
cósmica
a cosmic law
que la responsabilidad
that is the responsibility
que nosotros tenemos
that we have
es de respetar el crecimiento espiritual
is about respecting other
físico
people's
común de cada uno.
spiritual growth.
Yo
For
soy
instance,
espiritual, pero mi mujer, ¿no?
I'm
Ejemplo, mi
spiritual,
mujer
but
no quiere
my
escuchar, no
wife
entiende.
doesn't want to understand.
Y si yo le hablo de espiritualidad,
And
no
if I
quiere
talk
entender.
about spirituality, she's going to
Esa persona no
be
está
mean with
preparada.
me. So, is it coherent? Maybe this person is just not prepared.
Al igual que si nosotros nos vemos al espejo
Also, if
y
we
vemos
see
esa cara
ourselves
tan maravillosa
on the
que somos,
mirror,
que
we can
somos en
see
realidad,
this amazing being we are,
pero una parte de tu mente
but a
que es tu
part
cuerpo físico
of our mind or our physical body is not living it
tenemos que
this
ser
way.
coherentes y ver
We need to be
qué herramienta nos puede ayudar a
coherent
complementar esto.
and we need to find the tools to balance this.
Al igual que si quieres ser pránico
Also, if you want to be
y ves lo
pranic
maravilloso que eres,
and you
pero
see the
tu
amazing
cuerpo
being
no
you
está
are,
preparado, pues hay que
but your
ajustarlo.
physical body is not prepared, well, we need to respect this as well. And that
Coherencia
is
y
called,
humildad.
this is called to
No
be
es el que
humble.
más rápido llegue a la meta, sino el
It's
que
not who's
sabe
going to reach
cuándo es
faster
perfecto y
this
adecuado.
objective. It's important to listen to
El
ourselves.
que sabe cuándo es el momento perfecto y adecuado.
And when do we
Cuando
realize when is the best
tú
moment
empiezas
and the
a
adequate
saber
moment
que tus
is
pasos te
when
van a llevar
you
por el
feel
camino
your
equilibrado
steps
e
is
inteligente.
leading you to this coherent path.
Entonces, hay muchas cosas a tener en cuenta,
So
porque
there are many
cada
things
uno
to have on account,
tiene su forma de ser y su forma
and
de
each one has its own
de ver las cosas.
personality and way of seeing everything in life. That's why it's
Cada
very
persona,
important the
sabiendo
freedom of
en plenitud, o
being
sea, todo
who
como
you
soy,
are,
como soy en realidad, sin
knowing
mentirme
all you
a mí
are,
misma,
without lying
sin
to
que los
yourself,
demás me ataquen, pero tampoco sin
that
mentirme a mí misma
other
que
people
mis
is attacking you,
reacciones son maravillosos.
and not lying to yourself about other people's reactions at all.
Pero en esta tierra tiene que haber de todo.
On this
En esta
earth,
tierra
we need
tiene
to
que
have
haber
a variety of
gente
everything,
ya
and each
con
one,
su
as
capacidad
it's
de haber
on its
vivido
time,
y va a hacerlo.
is
Entonces,
going to walk
viviremos
this.
mejor,
So this way, we're going to live
pasar más cosas
better.
buenas,
We're going to be better
más
relationships. We're going to be happier.
humanos, a
We are
nuestros
going to
jefes,
transform ourselves without
quizás a ti
being so hard on ourselves. If you don't judge yourself,
quizás
you're not going to judge others.
si te preocupas por tu felicidad,
If you
te
take care
preocuparás por la de ellos, tanto
of
con tu
yourself, you're
presencia
going to take care of others
como sin tu presencia.
with your presence or without it.
Entonces, esto nos va a dar mucha más capacidad como de sentir ligereza.
So, this is going to give us the capacity of feeling lightness,
Bultos, de no llevar
of
pensamientos
not
negativos,
taking extra weight,
de no
of not
poner
taking extra negative thoughts, of being
lo que se
free,
tiene que hacer
actually.
y trabajar
And
en tu
this
vida cotidiana.
needs to be worked
Es decir,
on a daily
que
basis.
sí, hay muchos sitios que se
You
pueden
can
hacer. Por ejemplo, en
go
España
to a
también
retreat
está muy
for
practicado,
sure.
pero
There are
¿sabes?
many places to do this.
En muchos países también.
You can do this in many different countries.
Pero que los retiros no
But the
sean
retreats
un huir,
are not
sino que
escape,
sean un momento de recargar, sean
but
un
a
momento de
space where you're going to
sentirme
recharge you
recargar en mi vida cotidiana
and to find yourself
con más
so you can go to your
¿qué
daily
piensas?
life and be even more
Porque
present
las experiencias que he vivido de plenitud
for the
es muy
experiences that
difícil
you live on the
explicarlas
retreat. You
y
can
volver a
save
repetir
it and
y volver a
remembering,
repetir de
and you
ellas.
can nourish yourself from those experiences you lived
Cuando
before.
podamos vivir así un retiro,
When we can live like this,
cuando realmente
a retire,
hayamos hecho un
a
retiro
retreatment,
o cuando podamos vivir en la vida cotidiana
when we can live in our daily
un
life
retiro y una vida cotidiana,
like this, like a daily life is a retreatment,
de tu vida has perdido el tiempo
you will
de
feel
ser
like
mejor persona.
you never waste your time because you're being a better person every day. That's the spiritual path,
Y virtudes,
to bring all our
cosas
virtues,
positivas,
our positive parts,
ponerlas aquí en la tierra.
and manifest here on earth.
Así que cualquier cosa, ya sabes, podéis poneros en contacto
So,
conmigo y
you know,
hablar
you can contact me whenever you want. And now we are going to the questions.
Muchas gracias, Jasmin. Aquí estamos todos juntos caminando hacia el recordar y muy interesante también
Thank you very much, Jasmuhin.
tu charla donde
Very interesting
hablaste
all you
sobre la
share with
conexión con
us
la tierra
when you
y
talk about
como
reconnecting with
antes
earth.
con Elton hemos hablado mucho
Also, before with Eliton,
del cuerpo
we have talked a lot about reconnecting with the body
con el ser divino también.
and to
Y
connect with our
vamos a
divine being
invitar
also.
acá en presencia y
Now
los
I'm
que
going to
están
invite people
a enviarme
present and online
y
to send their questions,
compartirle con Jasmine.
Perfecto.
and I will share with you. Perfect.
¿Hay alguien acá en el festival? Tengo una pregunta sobre la dieta. Hemos
I
hablado
have a
de
question about diet. You
y
talk
en
about
la
alkaline
pregunta hay muchas
diet,
fases,
and
pero la pregunta
regarding
es,
the alkaline diet, there are many
¿cómo es posible que
questions.
la dieta paleo mantiene en salud mucha gente?
And the question is, how is it possible that the paleo
Soy
diet
nutricionista también, entonces
is is having many people
las
very
dietas,
healthy? So I'm a
Efectivamente.
nutritionist, and there are many
no todas
diets,
las dietas le vienen bien a todo el mundo.
and not every diet is
Entonces,
good for everyone.
lo más importante, voy a poner un
So
poquito ahí.
the most important thing
Lo más importante de las dietas
about
no es
diets
si es buena o no.
isn't the fact that it's
El
good or
alcalino es
bad.
para más para gente global, ¿vale?
The
Para personas
alkaline
global.
is like
Hay
globally
gente
kind of
que
for
necesita ese
everyone,
tipo de dieta porque su
but there are
corazón
people
da mejor.
who needs
Entonces,
other type of diet because it's very for their body.
entonces
So as I said before,
también combinados con
the
frutas
best
secas y
thing
demás.
is
Pero
to
puedes
try
hacer
some
una
healthy
dieta así y
diet
ver si tu cuerpo está
and
preparado para
see
esa dieta
how your body
y se
reacts.
pueden combinar
If this
dietas.
diet is okay or you need to
Lo
change something,
importante
you
es
can
que
combine
observes
also, but we
que
need to be
no todas las
conscious
dietas
that not every
a
diet
largo plazo
on the
hacen
long
efecto en tu
term
cuerpo.
are the perfect for your body. Okay,
Gracias. Tenemos otra pregunta
we have another
de tu
question.
presencia en el festival. Se quiere saber cuál es tu relación con el sueño, cuánto duermes y cómo ha
They want to
cambiado
know about your
tu
relation
vida
with the
y
like
cuánto
with
estás durmiendo
sleeping,
la mayoría.
how much do you sleep and so on.
A ver, va cambiando. Por ejemplo,
Okay,
si
this
tengo
is
algún propósito,
changing.
algo bastante bonito e importante para mí y para
If I
mi
have a
vida,
purpose and
puedo
something
dormir poco tiempo.
very important for
Si llevo
me,
días sin dormir, pues
I
dormir
can
días.
sleep so little.
O sea, en casa no, haciendo
It happened a couple of days ago. I was like 3 days without sleeping at all. But right now,
puedes elegir. Si no tengo
you
nada
can
que hacer,
choose.
no hay en mi propósito de
If
vida,
I
en mi, para mi
don't
propósito de
have
vida, para mí,
anything to do
es todos los días y presente a
related
personas,
with my
porque ya desde la intuición, pues uno ya
my life purpose,
elige, te rindes y te entregas a hacer lo que uno siente que es mejor, ¿no?
I give in to do what I feel as I do, as I want to do.
Y ya pasa todo. Pero al principio es así. Entonces
So
duermo
you need,
lo que realmente necesite. O sea, si
I sleep what I
tengo
need,
más tiempo
basically.
porque mi propósito de vida,
If I need more time to sleep because my life purpose
si mi propósito de vida me pide dormir menos
is asking me to sleep less, I can sleep
y no
less.
tengo nada que hacer, pues yo le digo a mi cuerpo que
But
se
if I
descanse.
have nothing to do, I can say to my body, just go to sleep and I will sleep.
Gracias. ¿Estás satisfecho con la respuesta?
Thank you very much. Are you okay with this question?
Sí, gracias, Jasmin. Y la próxima pregunta,
Thank you, Jasmine. And the next question
se preguntan si tú tienes familia y
are they're asking if you have a
qué es
family
lo que la gente alrededor de ti piensa
and what people around you is thinking about your
y
lifestyle.
quizás tenemos que las dos hablar más despacio y dejar como
And I also want to say,
espacio para que las
encourage you
personas
to
nos
sleep,
puedan contestar.
speak slowly.
Gracias.
En casa o en mi entorno, la
At home or around
es
me,
muy divertido. O sea,
actually, it's very fun.
yo me lo tomo muy natural.
For me, it's very natural.
Hay gente que me sigue conociendo.
There's people who
Al
still
principio,
knowing me.
si en dos, o sea, si en 3 veces o en 4 no los vuelvo a ver, no pasa nada, por respeto a su estado de conciencia.
So there's some people who ask me and I don't say anything because I'm respecting their consciousness
Si veo
level.
a personas mucho más tiempo,
And if I'm seeing people like all the time
y le explico,
for a longer time,
ella me suele decir, mira, mi hija no come.
I explain them. Normally, my mother is the one saying, "Look at this, my daughter is not eating."
Mi crecimiento personal me ha llevado
So my
a primero escuchar mi
inner
cuerpo,
growth led me first to listen to my body, then to be a vegetarian, and then to be pranic.
y me preguntan, ¿y qué es ser pránica?
And they asked me, "What is to be pranic?"
Estar contigo,
Well, is to be connected with yourself as when you were a child, with your happiness and your joy and everything. So they see
transmites mucha paz, mucha
that you
felicidad
transmit a lot of peace, a
y
lot
les
of
va a estar mucho
joy,
contigo.
and they love to be around
Entonces,
you.
realmente me llevo muy bien
So actually, it's very good for
con los
me.
demás también.
I can deal with it and also people as well.
Gracias, Jasmine. Y la próxima pregunta es si se puede uno mismo
The next question
solo conectar
is
al canal prana.
if one can by itself to connect to the pranic
¿Cómo lo
channel.
hago?
Okay, so
¿Cómo
as
llegaría
I
a ese
say
canal
before, I will never reach this
de un,
pranic channel
como decir,
if I have a
sino
purpose
de decir, voy a llegar, porque
like
es más
I'm
sutil,
gonna reach it
es más
because I want it.
es
This is more egoic, more mental. It's very subtle, but it's very mental.
entonces es muy difícil llegar
So
desde
it's very hard
¿sí?
to reach from that
Lo mejor
position.
es ir
The
escuchando su
best
cuerpo,
is to
alimentando,
listening to your body,
cuando pasen los
give it
años
healthy foods to it.
se podrá mucho más rápido hacerlo así, pero de
As the
momento
years
es
goes by,
experimentarlo y
it's going to be easier to do this. But by now, it's better to be with a guidance,
y una alimentación sana y
and it has to do with your spiritual growth and a healthy diet and balance also.
Y tú has dicho que tienes un centro en España, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo la
Sí.
gente puede conectar contigo?
How can people connect with your center in Spain? Okay, so in my YouTube channel, Prana Jasmin Herrera,
Google Prana Yasmin
and
Herrera, te
also
sale
if you put in Google Prana Jasmin Herrera, you will have the website, the Instagram, the Facebook. Right now I'm doing
cada mes.
each month I will give away a free consult
Por las terapias también que tengo
for the therapies I also have and the 21-day retreat.
Gracias, Jasmine. Y con estas informaciones
Thank you very much,
estamos
Jasmine.
un gusto
We're
tenerte
going
aquí.
to finish here with this information.
Esperamos el próximo año.
It was a pleasure to have you here. I hope you can come next year.
Ujú. Muchas gracias a vosotros también.
Gracias.
Thank you very much.
Chao a todos.
Bye bye.